Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of where you are. It's always a great time to study the Gospel, enlightened by Spiritism. Today we're going to review chapter 75 of the book Our Daily Bread, which is called Complaining. It is based on Paul Philippians chapter 2, verse 14. Before we begin, I would like to thank Kardec Radio for opening up their platform for conversations just like this one. Kardec Radio is available in several social media platforms, including the X platform. This time, let's close our eyes in prayer and thank the Lord for so many great things that we receive everything. Let's understand that we might not always receive what we perceive as what we need, but we always receive what is best for us. May God's love be with us always, so be it. So this chapter called Complaining, again, is based on Paul Philippians chapter 2, verse 14, which goes like this. Do everything without complaining or arguing. So this is a reminder, first of all, for us to see the good that the life provides to us, the opportunities that life provides to us, the chances for improvement, of course, the chances for joy and to have pleasurable relationships, but also the opportunities for us to be tested so that we can become the best of us, that become a better version of ourselves. And also the need for us to live in humility, in simplicity as well. So quite interesting here. Emmanuel indicates that there has never been a dispute that was not preceded by inferior complaining. So again, any kind of argument, and he talks about disputes. Disputes can be in different shapes or forms, arguments, even if they're silent disputes in which two parts are trying to vying for power, and even wars. So this kind of complaining, this kind of misunderstanding each other's intentions, and especially the good that each individual has. So that is not acknowledging that is an indication of there's a predisposition for conflict, basically. He continues indicating that it is an ancient habit for frivolous people to incite ingratitude, immoral misery, pride, vanity, and all the scourges that ruin souls in this world in order to organize shady conversations where goodness, love, and truth are focused with malice. So we gotta watch out. He's giving us a warning here that frivolous people, so those individuals that are not committed to good, so it is possible for them to make use of any kind of information, any kind of conversations that are around misery, pride, vanity, and all the scourges, all the bad things, all the negativity, basically. And based on that, we got to be very watchful of that, because those types of thoughts, those types of information that might come from either incarnate or discarnate spirits might lead again us into a path of conflict, into a path of rebellion. Emmanuel continues here indicating that when people start encountering simple motives for many complaints, it is important to proceed with righteous self-examination in order to verify if, in fact, oneself is not suffering from the terrible illness of irritability. So we always have to be self-aware. We always need to look inside ourselves and to verify that, hey, what's going on here? If I feel that, hey, if I'm complaining, if I'm super unhappy with what's around me, so what kind of what does that irritability, what does that entail? Why is it happening? Why am I not recognizing? Because there's always good. Of course, we should not be naive and to say that the life on planet Earth is perfect. It is not. But between that life being perfect and us feeling miserable and always being so and being revolted about everything that is around us, there's a distance. So let's be cognizant of that. And if we see that there's irritability, there's a touch of irritability in our actions, let's verify where is it coming from. Those who fulfill their duties with righteous activities will certainly not be able to have occasion for complaints. So If again, if someone is dedicating his or her energy to doing good, to helping others, to make the world a better place, he or she does have an opportunity again to contribute to God's work and to see that, first of all, see the good that surrounds him or her, number one, and number two, those points that need to be addressed, that need to be improved. I have an opportunity to address those as well. Emmanuel continues, indicating that it is indispensable for the disciple to be on guard against an accumulation of destructive energies. Very important that, because in general sense, their pernicious influence invades almost all the areas of struggle of the planet. So, again, going back to the whole consciousness to understand what's happening. Why am I taking some kinds of attitudes? And if my energy is not being properly channeled, if instead of me channeling my energy to building, if I'm channeling my energy to destructing, if I'm channeling my energy to conflict, why is that? Why do I have that kind of attitude? So just to think that creates more problems. That is the root of many of the issues on our planet, which is still a planet of trials and expiations. Just the fact that people are not focused on the good and in doing what's right. So we always have a chance to construct. We always have a chance to build. We always have a chance to improve ourselves and help others improve as well. That's quote unquote an interesting aspect of being an imperfect spirit. As we are imperfect spirit, there's always something we can do to become better. And there's always we can do, even due to our limitations, there's always we can do to help others as well. It is easy to identify them. For them, everything is erroneous, nothing is good, and you can expect no better in anything. Their world is that of permanent irritability. Their observations are unjust and discouraging. So we see that. We see those individuals. And the interesting thing is that could be us as well. So identify those individuals and identify that in ourselves. Why is everything erroneous? Why is nothing good? And especially here, what Emmanuel indicates is not to expect no better in anything. Do not expect that things might get better. Things can always improve. Things can always get better. And avoid any kind of thought or word of permanent irritability. Because again, why do that? Why to have this feeling of this unjust feeling for everything? So identify, of course, we can identify that in others and be cognizant of individuals that bring this negativity with them, to avoid being involved by that negativity. But most importantly, identify this kind of discouragement in ourselves. When is it that we are reaching a point where we're going that direction of again, only recognize the bad in the world? I mean, of course, the world is a world of trials and expiations. It's a tough world to live in, but it's also the beautiful world. Most spirits, the great majority of spirits on earth are inferior, including myself. But again, there are acts of kindness that even spirits who are learning, like myself, can perform as well. So we can all do good, and we can all recognize the good in our planet. Our planet was God's creation, and God being love, God being a great provider through His divine providence. So whatever experiences we have on earth, they are for our betterment, they are for good. So let's take a moment to recognize the good in the world. And even if we do not see the world, at least we see the potential for the good and the best that can be achieved. And Emmanuel finalizes here, indicating that let us strive with everything within our power to counteract those humiliating mental attitudes. So he's focusing back on us. What is it that we can do within our power to counter, to go again these attitudes, these humiliating mental attitudes, these attitudes that are negativity, that are destructive, that diminish our positive energy. So again, let's do what we can. Let's strive to do everything that we can for that. We cannot control. We can control us, our actions, our attitudes, and we can always strive to make a positive impact on others. Confident in God, let us expand our hopes and dreams, completely assured that just as the old proverb asserts, an optimistic heart is the medical prescription for peace and happiness. So again, first of all, confident in God. Whatever happens to us on earth, again, it is due to God's plan. The universe works by amazing laws that God's created. So everything that happens, we have to have confidence in God and confidence in the laws of the universe that were created by God. Because again, those laws are just, those laws are based on love and charity. So even circumstances that happen to us that seem to be negative, they will definitely have a positive impact in our lives. Not so much in our physical current lives, but most definitely in our eternal spiritual lives. And again, have also assure, right? Having expand our hopes and dreams, have hope of a better planet, have a hope of a better version of ourselves, and have these dreams, have these goals for this improvement. And I like the way that Emmanuel finalizes this lesson, indicating that an optimistic heart is the medical prescription for peace and happiness. So again, stay optimistic, stay positive, garnish the positivity of the universe. And it is a prescription, it is a meaning for us to be in peace, because again, we're going to understand the good that surrounds us, and also indicate that even those aspects of our lives, even those aspects of the world which are not in our eyes good right now, they have a reason to be that way. And again, we need to make the best, and that's why we need to have this positive energy, so that we can do the best of under any circumstances. And again, having the peace that brings, and also reaching happiness, because we are destined to be happy as spirits as we move on, as we grow spiritually until we reach perfection. So that's our conversation for today. I hope you like it. If you like it, make sure you click the little like button. If you have not done so, follow Kardec Radio, so that you may be notified of conversations just like this one. At this time, let's concentrate again in our final prayer, thanking the Lord for so many amazing things that He provides to us, all the great experiences that life offers us, all the spiritual growth, all the opportunities for us to become better, all the opportunities for us to also to be contributors, to be laborers in the great masterpiece which is God's universe. So be it.